Okay, so I'm continuing where I left off. So we were in Qatar at the airport, right? So we had just got off the plane and everything, and we meet some brothers from Somalia, Somali brothers, and I believe they were living in Minnesota in the States. MashaAllah, very nice. So so now there's four, okay? You got me, light-skinned brother, and we have the two Somali brothers. They were truck drivers. All three were truck drivers except for me. Now, the experience at the airport itself, at the Doha airport, was crazy because we were all getting ready to get to our flight. Okay, and we almost missed. I believe we ended up missing our first flight. So we were all you know we were all we were told to get on the next flight. We didn't have enough time. They only gave us about 30-40 minutes, but we had to prepare. So for those that don't know, when you get to the miqat, like the miqat is a location where you prepare for to perform Umrah. So in our situation, being at the airport in Qatar was the miqat, right? So you have to have a centered location where you're traveling, and that's where you do your washing. You can clip your nails there. You like, for men, we go with just a white cloth, right? There's no underwears or anything. But yes, that's where we performed. We got ready to prepare our Umrah, and we were all rushing. So one thing is, like I said, I wasn't prepared my first year. I did not have my ihram. I had to purchase it there, and it was so hard to find an ihram. Alhamdulillah, these brothers even helped me find one, right? So we were like hustling just to find a place with ihram. And the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala works, alhamdulillah, there was one person who was selling two ihrams, right? Two ihrams, and I ended up buying one of them. So it was really, because like none of the stores were selling them whatsoever, none. And we're talking like we only got a couple minutes left to get on our flight. I need an ihram, otherwise I can't perform my Umrah. I have to like do some other process. So let's say you don't prepare at your location, your miqat. What you would have to do is go to another masajid when you get to Mecca, because it has to be a certain distance. And I don't know if Jeddah would have qualified, but there's a masajid there's multiple masajids that would qualify to be the location of the miqat, and that's somewhere in Mecca. And so anyways, back to being in the airport. So we're rushing, right? We're just trying to find the solution to me not having an ihram. And alhamdulillah, we found it, right? And then we missed our flight because we didn't have enough time, and we were allowed the ability to get to the next flight. Wallahi, the hospitality out there is amazing, right? In Middle Eastern countries, if you guys don't know, the hospitality out there is really amazing. People are really nice, really friendly, really helpful. You have a question, they have the answer, or they'll help you actually find somebody with an answer. And that should be how that is how it should be everywhere. But not many people will take the steps that these people are willing to take out there. And moving forward, alhamdulillah, we got to the plane afterwards. We got on the next flight, and we did the labbaik Allahumma labbaik. So obviously, you always have to make your intentions. In Islam, everything's about intentions, right? We have to have the right niyah for what we're doing. Niyah just means intentions. So in that situation, our intentions either could have happened before we went on our first flight. I don't remember exactly where I made the intentions, so I don't want to give any false information that I don't remember. But when you're also on the plane towards going from Qatar to Jeddah, you make the intention right there, labbaik Allahumma labbaik, and then you say something, labbaik Allah umratu. I forgot exactly how it goes, so I have to reread the notes that I have. Anyways, we get to Jeddah, and subhanAllah, here's the thing about Jeddah, man. The thing about Jeddah, when you get there, man, you got a lot of people just waiting, because that's their job. They are taxi drivers. They're waiting for somebody, and that's how they make their money, because the airport in Jeddah is where everybody's coming through, and they're gonna need a ride to get from location A to location B, right? And you see so many people, and they're like, Haji, 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 they're just asking you, Haji. So that's just a way, like, a way to respect you, as if you're performing Hajj, right? Haji just means somebody who's performed Hajj, or somebody who is performing it, right? In this situation, Umrah, but they don't say Umrah, they just say Haji, right? And they call everybody Haji. And they're like, obviously they're telling you they're gonna provide services for you to transport you from Jeddah to Mecca, the Kaaba, or, Masjid al-Haram, or even, if needed, even your hotel or Airbnb, etc. Wherever you need to get to, these guys will take care of you. And I'll be recording that when we get there. So it's very exciting. All I just think about it. Hopefully I don't miss it. I'm up all night. I'm up right now. It's like 2-3 a.m. and I'm recording this. So I hope this vlog is worth it. But so we went to the Airbnb first. The light-skinned brother, we didn't. So with the light-skinned brother, we departed for a bit, and I was with the Somali brothers, right? They allowed me to stay in their hotel for a night or two, and subhanAllah, again, this was when, on my first Umrah trip, was when I learned sometimes, like Tawakkul can be very hard to truly have from the heart, right? But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never abandons his servants, okay? And one thing I've learned is, like, just from that alone, like, I met some brothers, some people I never met before, right? And alhamdulillah, like, everybody was welcoming. They let me stay in their Airbnb, because I didn't book anything, right? I didn't book a hotel, I didn't book nothing. So they're like, hey, pay this small amount with us, because it's cheap, right? And you can stay with us, right? Alhamdulillah, we did that. So now what happens next was that, there are people that I know now, like, that are also out there, and it's like coincidence, because one of my buddies from high school, one of my friends from middle school too, back all the way out in middle school, used to hoop together and everything. All of a sudden, he was out there, mashallah. And but I had communicated with him prior to going to Umrah, and he told me he was going at the same time as well with his mother, and we had met up there, and alhamdulillah, good vibes, always good vibes, right? And so while we were there, other friends, one of my friend's father was also there, and he was with the Uzbek community. And what happens is, like, they have a lot of Uzbeks out there, and they all book together, have hotels, etc. And they let me stay in the hotel with them for 2 weeks, and guess how much it cost me? 2 weeks at a hotel. It just cost me about $120. 2 weeks. Imagine that. You get a place for about 2 weeks, okay? And I went out there, I didn't go out there as much. So I was like, I had a budget on a scale, I was on a crazy budget. But wallah al-azim, like, that trip taught me how much relying upon Allah, how important it is. So, man, I gotta do this as well. But moving forward, so I had the connections out there. I had people out there, alhamdulillah, everything came together, and it wasn't even planned. I was like, what? I made a random decision to do Umrah. So I was like, what, bro, I've been hearing a lot about Umrah from my friends from Dallas, and other people, etc., etc. I was like, I have no choice but to try this out. I booked a flight ticket, and it was costly. I'm telling you, that flight ticket was expensive, right? Because I didn't do much research. I was like, I just want to go. Book it, done, right? And man, wallahi, every penny, every cent was worth going to that trip. And I was alone. Being alone, it was worth it for me. So, my experience out there, the beauty, the Masjid al-Haram and everything, man. Oh, hold on. Before we get to the Masjid al-Haram, Man, the taxi drivers, these guys are from 007. If you guys ever played that game or you know that movie, like these guys are from that. The way they drive, and you'll see everybody honking at each other, beep, beep, beep. Man, and it's like they drive so fast, and that's also another place where you're like, you know what, I put my trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because you can't tell them, yo, bro, you driving too fast. And these guys know what they're doing. They've been doing this is what they do. And it look like sometimes you're gonna be crashing, etc. May Allah protect us from getting in a car crash out there. But those type of because those type of things, you know, they're gonna happen here and there. However, the way those guys drive is just intense, man. Now, man, these nails are flying everywhere. I need to get me those robot vacuums, bro. So, I'm staying in one place because I gotta get these nails done, and then my toes too. You know, because it's the sunnah, and I want to get it done right now because I have to prepare my bag and everything. So, anyways, back to my story. My first year of Umrah. So I made some friends. I didn't take much photos. I didn't take much videos. I took a little bit, and hopefully I'll try to show them. The reason why was because for my first experience, I just wanted it to be for myself. I was there for the sake of Allah. Going through a lot of stuff. I just wanted to try something, man. I got out of the country. First time getting out of America since I came here, since I was a kid, right? And the first place I chose was Makkah and Madinah. Wallahi, it was so worth it. So I tell you guys, man, you want to travel, you guys like the Cabos, the all these like crazy islands and places, but nothing will beat your trip to Medina and Mecca. Nothing. The peace out there, people have sukoon, like people have sakina over there, tranquility. And that's one thing we all seek. So for sure, if you are able to and you have the means to go to Umrah or do Hajj, do it. Drop everything and do it. They say that doing Umrah or Hajj is like an invitation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Just like performing tahajjud for those that wake up in the middle of the night. It's an invitation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not everybody gets to do it, right? Some of us will die without getting to do that. And I don't want you to be somebody who passes away without ever doing that. So I'm telling you, make the intentions, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take that trip, okay? You know, go with a friend. You know, go with your spouse. Go with your family members. Go with somebody, okay? And plan properly. So, it's an invitation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Many people have the money. Many people have the time. Many people have the things to be able to commit to it and do Umrah, but they choose not to. Or they're not able to do so. They just don't. But you can't say, oh, it's just he doesn't want to. It's like everything's by the qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it's an invitation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if that invitation is happening for you, do not hesitate, ya habibi. Okay? Don't hesitate. And I'm a huge advocate for things that I like, things that I love. Not saying that, you'll have the same amount of experience that I did. Hopefully your trip, your journey, whatever you do will be better than what I did, right? But when I enjoy something, I advocate and I tell people like, yo, bro, you gotta do this, man. You gotta perform Hajj or Umrah. You gotta go check out Medina, Mecca. You gotta go do, it's so beautiful, right? So, anyways, back to Mecca and Medina. Not knowing anybody, taxi drivers getting crazy, but just meeting people. Everybody's kind, everybody's nice, and everybody's there to do, most people are there to do ibadah, right? You go out there and worship. Go read the Quran. Go pray, man. By the way, it was my first time going there were with the last 10 nights of Ramadan too. That was the most beautiful part. It was packed over there. I remember being late to one of the winter prayers that Sheikh Imam Sudais was leading it. And you guys, Sudais is an OG GOAT, man. Allahumma hdina fi man hadayt. I can't, for For those that have beautiful Quran voices, mashallah. I don't got that. All right, but alhamdulillah. And so they, you know, mashallah, like had that. I remember that witr was at least 10 minutes, man. I was like, man. And the crazy part is I even got in it late. So the amount of concentration they have, the focus, and just mashallah, everybody's like attentive and want like the ibadah is different out there, man. It's different over there. So beautiful experience. So the last 10 nights, met a lot of cool people. I didn't get to check out the library my first year, so you know I didn't have much friends. I didn't have any friends over there, but I made some from it, and some Russian brother from somewhere in Russia, very cool person. Man, and it's crazy because like some people don't even like they're not even fluent in Arabic, and they were speaking it like the Russian brother. I understood no word that they were saying. It's like yamshi, yamshi. He's walking. So I learned that it means walking. Somebody's walking or something. And then when I learned a little bit of Arabic, I realized he wasn't using the terms in the proper, like he wasn't using it right, anyways. But I was able to understand yamshi means walk. So the communication, there was no communication, like no understanding the community. Actually, we didn't understand what we were saying to each other, but we just understood what was going on, what needed to happen. Okay. And that was the beauty of it. Like I'm in a place with random people. These Russians are trying to speak to me in Arabic, and I don't know, like I only know English, and they're, you know, but wallahi, like the bond, you know, the friendship, and just the vibes over there are amazing. And the majority of the people I met were older than me, other than my friend whom you know I grew up with in high school. But again, I'm gonna keep it short. If the idea of Umrah comes to you, right, ponder upon it. And if that invitation is there, accept it. Because that invitation is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it's worth it. It's worth every penny you're going to invest in. It's worth every step you're going to take to get there. I'm telling you guys, I had no passport. I had to make things happen. There was a couple days left and my passport did not arrive. I had to fly from Boise, Idaho to Houston, Texas, and I was going through things just to make that trip happen because I had already paid for that flight. I wasn't turning back around, man. But wallahi, it was amazing. Every single thing about it was just amazing. And you know, inshallah, you guys can experience it. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, let's do 2 minutes.